And so what's next? What are
What's
the
next?
next big areas of investment that property lawyers and conveyancers need to consider? That's a good one.
That's a big question. What I would say is, I would have said when I came into this industry that in the next 10 years, you're going to see more change than the next 50 years. I need to revise that now. I think in the next 5 years, we're going to see more change than the last 50 years we've seen in this profession. And that's a bit of a surprising and bold statement to make. But so if you dial it all the way back to what do people actually want? And I believe that customers, lenders, and people involved in property transactions, such as conveyancers, want a faster transaction. And when we look at how that's progressed over the last 10 years, it's got longer. So it's kind of almost doubled from 8 to 10 to 16 to 20 weeks. And in that world, if we just look from our world as conveyancers and the legal profession, people don't get paid until completion. And that really makes a fragile system when you could be running 6 months almost from doing the work to getting paid to the work. And right now we're experiencing that fragility in that flow of cash takes such a long time to occur. So if we shorten that transaction time, you're going to get a lot of customer satisfaction because that's the way they're going. Lenders are going to be lending money for a shorter amount of time before they're being paid. And of course, everybody else, from estate agents to lawyers to everybody in the chain, are going to get paid on transaction quickly. Now, how do we get there? Because it's easy to say, and generally it can be hard to do. If we could have got there easy, we'd have done it by now, surely.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
so I see that there's three areas of that. It's more data, more insight, and more integration. And if you think about why would you need more data? Well, it could be the future could be very different types of property transactions going on because there may be a different usage of commercial to commercial hybrid residential. There could be people doing different types of developments. Planning restrictions may be relaxed to stimulate the economy, which means maybe there's more elements of greenfield development than would be permitted before. So when people are buying property, they want to know a lot more about their property, what's possibly pending, as opposed to what they actually know today in terms of what are they buying into. And so getting lots of data can be overwhelming, but getting that insight is about interpretation and inference. And being integrated means being hooked into the systems of everybody in the buying and property chain that exists. So what does that mean? Hopefully for our customers, it means an easier life. It means possibly lower costs, and it means faster transactions. But for me, as a supplier of technology in prop tech, it's going to mean significant investments because we have to deal with that complexity, bring it all together, really develop multi-year roadmaps so that we have technology that we're going to continue to invest in and improve upon. And of course, with the integration becomes the reliance, because what happens if we do something really, really well and we support our customers really well? That means they become interdependent on us. We're dependent on them, they're dependent on us. But if you think about electricity, you're pretty dependent on that. If you think about broadband, we're very all dependent about that now. And so and of course, what you see is that you don't deal with small little companies. You have to deal with companies who've got the resources and the capabilities to ensure that you're going to get this service that you need at all times. So I think what that will mean from the technology, property tech sector is probably the cottage small era is probably going to come to an end, and
Mhm.
it's now going to require significant investment, maybe consolidation, maybe acquisition, in order to get the scale of investment in order to solve the big problem of faster transactions for customers.